He's known as the greatest rapper in history, one of the most influential and controversial artists in music. Seen by many as a white man with a black soul, today on our Hero's Journey episode, we're gonna tell the incredible trajectory of Eminem, based on the famous narrative of the hero's journey created by Campbell. So this isn't just any video narrating someone's famous story. This is a true adventure where we will show how he went from being an ordinary person to becoming a real-life hero. First step, Ordinary World. Eminem is the stage name of Marshall Bruce Mathers III, born in St. Joseph, Missouri on October 17, 1972. Our hero here was abandoned by his father as soon as he was born and had problems in childhood because he lived in a black neighborhood in Detroit, one of the poorest places in the United States with strong racial conflicts. Early in his youth, influenced by the neighborhood, he became interested in rap, the dominant rhythm at the time and appreciated by American black communities. It was a type of music with strong social criticisms and denunciations of racism. As Eminem was white, he was not well seen in the neighborhood and suffered a lot of prejudice. But Eminem was passionate about the musical style and had to prove his worth to be accepted. Even facing judgments because of his skin color, he decided to try participating in rap battles and conquer his space in music. An interesting fact is that those who don't know the rapper and hear his rhymes can't imagine that he dropped out of school in the 9th grade after repeating the series 3 times. From an early age, Eminem and his mother, Debbie, lived moving from house to house due to the lack of money to pay rent, making adaptation and learning difficult for young Marshall, who also needed to change schools. In an interview on 60 Minutes, the rapper revealed that he had to change schools 2 to 3 times a year. Very shy in childhood, he suffered bullying when he was inserted into a new school environment and was beaten by bullies in the hallways of where he studied. But how did a lonely and introverted boy learn to rhyme so well? Even though he got low grades in school, he was good at English and loved to devour dictionaries to have access to all the words he could. Apparently, it worked. Second step, meeting with a mentor. Things started to transform for our hero when he had the opportunity to meet his first mentor. According to Campbell in his book Hero with a Thousand Faces, he noted that in all stories around the world at some point in the journey, the hero receives support from a guide who helps him with advice, knowledge, and opportunity so that he can advance on his path and achieve his goals. And that's exactly what happened in the rapper's life. Eminem was trying to be recognized in the hip-hop world in the 19s through rap battles. It was when in 1995, Dr. Dre, one of the biggest hip-hop producers, heard a tape of the young rapper from Detroit and saw potential in the boy. Soon after, he invited him to visit his record label. Dr. Dre not only believed in Eminem's talent, but also guided him in the music industry, helping him refine his skills and launch his professional career. Interestingly, after fame, Eminem also discovered other names throughout his career, like 50 Cent. One day someone opens the door for you, and another day you open the door for the next. Third step, crossing the first threshold. In every hero's journey, there's a moment when the hero crosses the point of no return, and definitely crosses the bridge that forever transforms his life. Even without many resources or a history of musicians in the family, Eminem threw himself headfirst into his musical career. With his mentor's support, he participated in the main rap battles and dedicated himself entirely to studying music to refine his talents. At that moment was his point of no return. He knew he could not go back because he had already involved other people and had a lot at stake. He knew that was the great opportunity to change his life. It was with a lot of courage and boldness that Eminem gradually gained popularity and showcased his talents on the streets and in traditional rap events. He started to be respected by the black community and was seen as an equal. An interesting curiosity is that Eminem became so influential in American culture that he introduced a new word into the English dictionary. He invented the term "stan." The year was 2000 and Eminem released one of his biggest hits and a masterpiece in music history, Stan. The rapper shows the trajectory of Stan, an obsessed fan of his who does everything to meet him, even putting his brother and his pregnant wife in absurd situations. The song was critically acclaimed, won several awards, and entered the English dictionary to mean a person who is an extremely or excessively enthusiastic and devoted fan. Interestingly, Eminem received the affection of famous stans. For example, example, Daniel Radcliffe, our eternal Harry Potter, is a big fan of his and has appeared on the internet singing songs of his idol. Besides him, Taylor Swift herself declared to be a fan of Eminem and even prepared an a cappella version of Lose Yourself, his main hit. It's worth noting that we've done a hero's journey about Harry Potter and Taylor Swift if you want to know more about their trajectories. But despite his victories and wide reach with his songs, Eminem also had to face other types of problems and enemies. Fourth step, villains. What would be the hero without the villains to test his willpower, right? Well, in the case of our rapper, the biggest enemy was internal. He had to fight against his own addiction to prescription drugs such as Vicodin, Ambien, and Methadone, as well as alcohol. It was such a challenging period that in 2007, he had a methadone overdose that almost led to his death. He himself reported that at that time he would consume up to 60 Valiums and 30 Vicodins per day. After his overdose, Eminem sought help and went to rehab. He spoke openly about his recovery journey in interviews and in his music. In the 2010 album, he explores themes of sobriety, redemption, and the challenging of staying clean. The song Not Afraid became an anthem of his recovery journey, where he declares his determination to face his problems and overcome his addiction.
Yeah, it's been a ride. I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one.
Fifth step, return with the elixir. After his near death and his full recovery, Eminem came back stronger than ever. He became a great influencer of several generations, even before the boom of social media. Through his art, he still offers comfort, understanding, and a voice for those who feel marginalized or misunderstood. Just to give you an idea of the success the rapper achieved over the decades, Eminem is one of the most successful artists in the music industry. In addition to various gold, platinum, and diamond records, he's one of the few artists who won an Oscar, Grammy, and Emmy. He even had a participation in one of the world's biggest sporting events, the Super Bowl, where he was invited to sing at the halftime show of the 2022 event. A notable moment of Eminem's performance was when he knelt on stage, a gesture widely interpreted as a show of solidarity with Colin Kaepernick and other athletes who kneeled during the US national anthem to protest against racial injustice and police brutality. The rapper not only lived his own heroic journey with bravery, but also made a significant contribution to society and culture in general, using his experiences, learnings, and success to help and inspire others. Definitely, Eminem is the male artist who sold the most records in the last decade, and the rapper who sold the most albums in history. Truly one of the greatest of all time. And what about you? Did you already know the heroic story of this great man? Please, if you like this content, leave a like to reach more people. And if you like to know inspiring stories of ordinary people who became heroes of their personal legend, subscribe to our channel to receive the next episodes of The Hero's Journey. Today we end here. I'll see you next time.